Hello everyone, welcome to my farm, La Criolla, my family farm. This is La Criolla headquarters, where we work every day at this office. A nice building with our logo at the front. Hello there. Well, the main resource for cattle grazing are alfalfa pastures, as you can see here. These alfalfa pastures are associated with fescue and bromus, and we eat it through direct grazing. These beautiful animals are about to change to the other plot over there. In order to conserve and take care of pastures, cattle is grazed with daily plots. Every day a new plot is moved to avoid the selection of species by the animals, give them more rest time, and achieve good manure distribution. As you can see here, and there's a lot of manure in this plot. Nice manure. Food is phosphorus and nitrogen. So, plot size is calculated according to grass availability, herd size, and consumption rate. And they need to leave at least 10 to 15 centimeters of plant left. Like you can see here, this is what we left at the plot. And this cattle is about to change to the next plot. Perennial pastures are not only an excellent food for our cattle, which are about to change to this plot like in an hour, but also nourish our soil, improving structure, porosity, and infiltration of water, and capturing carbon by its roots. This is a nice pasture, a lot of alfalfa, and there's also fescue at this time of the year. A lot of grass. It's an excellent food for our animals. These pastures are home to a great biodiversity of animals and insects, such as hares, laries, bees, butterflies. Maybe you can see some of this video. Here comes a mixer with the food. Within the pens, our feedlot pens, we assign at least 45 centimeters of feeding space per head. So they have plenty of space to eat comfortably. So within our feedlots, most of the pens have shaded, so animals can go and stay over there or sleep there at the hottest hours in summer. And all the feedings are made with concrete. So shaded pens are really important in feedlots, especially during summer, and especially when heat strokes are forecast. High temperature, high humidity, low air movement. So the animals can go under it and just stay a little bit more fresh, and especially avoid the direct sunlight. At this pen there's a lot of space. There's some animals. So yeah, we consider it really, really important with animal welfare, the shade. So this is our main food court, where all the rations are prepared and where we stock all the different ingredients we use to do those rations. Corn silage, mineral protein core, and over there is protein. This is soybean meal. So this is a feedlot pen where we are removing all the extra material, all the manure, to compost it later. We extract it with shovels and dump trucks. So those trucks are the ones which take all the manure to the compost paddocks with the help of the shovels. So here we are in a composting paddock where we stock lots of tons of compost. Here is where the material from the pens, like that one, where we are extracting all the manure. Then the trucks just leave the material over here, and the compost processes start. And the material is arranged in the form of piles with a determined height and width to enable its subsequent removing with our compost remover. By removing the material, I mean, why it's so important to remove the material? Look at this. All the particles are similar. So then when you apply it in lots, it's much more homogenized. So yeah, by removing the material, it is possible to homogenize and incorporate oxygen to accelerate microbial growth. The increase in temperature, which determines the thermophilic phase of the composting process, ensures organic material breakdown and consequently the activation of any remaining antibiotics and pathogens. These piles can raise up to 70 degrees Celsius. That's really hot. If I put my hand like inside of this, it's really hot. Really hot. Once the compost is stabilized, we apply it in the lot like a fertilizer. It has a lot of organic matter and nitrogen and phosphorus and so many micro and micronutrients. Well, here I can show you perfectly both of the situations. By my right, there's a pile without removing. And here, it's a removing pile already. It has two removes with the compost remover. Can you see the difference between this size of particles, which are all homogenized, and much smaller, and this one, where you have like this too, but it's organic matter. Look at this. It's
full of organic manure.
Okay, so we want to have this kind of compost. That's raw material. I mean, that's manure extracted from pens, and this compost. Behind all of the pens in our feedlot, we have these kind of channels made of concrete, like this one, or waterproof with limestone. Like all of the pens have its own channels, and these channels are made to collect all the liquid effluents. And walking over the channel, which is clean, we frequently clean them. And the liquid effluents come from the rainwater that drags manure particles from the pens, like when rain drags all those particles, and by slope reach the channels, these channels, that lead this liquid to the lagoons. Like that. I'm going to show it to you. So all of these channels leads the liquid effluents to a different lagoon. In this example, it goes to the system of lagoons that is over there. What you can see here is a decanter. A decanter is the sediments settle at the bottom of the decanter, and only the clean water passes towards the lagoons. And all that material that settle at the bottom, we just remove it later and compost it. And this is how it works, the lagoon systems. All the lagoons maintain their level by evaporation. We don't need to extract water from them. In our feedlot, we have almost 4 kilometers of channels already made by concrete or waterproof with limestone. Here we are at the first lagoon system. It was built in Criolla. It has 6 lagoons, which are waterproof with geomember and stock the water that comes from the channels. The channels I have already explained to you that leads the water from the pens with manure particles. As you can see, these lagoons are really big, so they keep their level by evaporation. We don't need to extract water from them. In our farm, we have 15 lagoons in total. At this place, there are six, but there are some other spots. At the feedlot, we have more lagoons.